Hey guys, what's going on? It's Crusade, and welcome back to the single player world. So here we are, now with a dual blade spawner. Except there's one issue, and it's something that we're going to address in this video. So first things first, this dual blaze farm looks awesome. I like this little chamber that we have to basically combine them both into a single stream. It looks fantastic, but there's just one slight issue here. So this right here is out of range of both spawners. I know it sounds crazy, but it is not in range, even though we're like right next to them. However, if you come up here and you stand right here, I should be in range of both spawners. So if I open this up a little bit, you can see that starts to spawning, and we can see them populating in, and we can see them falling down over there. Please don't shoot me. So you can see they're both there, and if we wait here, we should see some more spawns. Let's see. Just waiting for this one to go. There it goes. So that one just spawned. And we're waiting for that one to go. I think it went already. There you go. So both of them are spawning when I am in that middle part there. Let me just close this off. So what does that mean? Well, because the blazes fall down, we need to bring them up to an elevation where we're on the same level as both those spawners, actually. And the reason why we need to be on the same level is because it moves it from this little 2 block to about like 3 or 4 blocks that we can move around and still have the blazes spawn and stuff, because we're closer to the spawners itself. So I thought about doing redstone, and the issue with redstone is that it's not super reliable with moving mobs. So I thought about it, and I was just like, I think it's not really a good way to go about it. I thought about doing like a mob pusher, and I thought that might have been a great idea, but then you have to worry about suffocating the blazes. I know, this is so loud. I might lower this audio for the game on this part. So, luckily the little pusher is working into here, but it gave me an idea. What if we can make a system that doesn't involve any redstone, and basically is pretty cheap for us to build? And I think I came up with a solution, so we're going to hop into the creative world and take a look at what I came up with and how it's going to be able to be built in vanilla pretty much without issue. I have not tested it fully, but I've seen enough where it makes me confident that it will work long term. Alrighty, so we are in the Nether and in a creative world, and I wanted to show off basically how I am planning on moving the mobs up. So this is basically a well, actually, let's use the clear glass. I think the clear glass gives a better idea, or the tinted glass. So basically, this would be the start of where the zombies are spawning in. So they're coming in here, or not zombies, Blaze. Wow, I can't use my mind today. Blaze would drop into here and basically get pushed up against these stairs. And because their body is larger than 1 pixel, they will continue up the stairs and be bumped up into this lava, which then pulls them into the next little stream, and then it just continually bumps them up further and further. Now, what we have here is basically a 3 lava flow, but you can essentially do it with 2, and I'll show you how to build it shortly. But I also just want to show that the system actually works. So let me kill this blaze here, and we'll turn on the little spawner. So pretend that this is a crazy spawner and is cycling everything for us. Whoops, I probably need to build this out. Alright, so we got the tick, and we see the blaze dropping down, and we see him being pushed in. So very slowly. And the cool thing is that as long as there's more blazes coming in, they'll actually bump each other through this a little bit faster. So they can get through pretty quickly. So this is an example of the 2 block and then being bumped up. So you can move them up high pretty quickly. And then I wanted to show that you could do corners with it. So the only thing is that you can only place 1 bucket of lava and it needs to be on the outside edge. If you do it on the inside edge, you'll actually push the lava outwards, so they'll get stuck in this corner here. The only downside is when you go around turns is that they kind of go towards the outside because it's just how the lava flows. But if there's multiple, they should spread out relatively even. And we can see that they're making their way up and slowly bumping each other through, and then finally come to their final place where we'll get them with the sword. So you can use it for XP, and the cool thing is that because this is going to be on the further away from us, we're essentially going to be able to throw pistons inside, suffocate the blaze shortly, and then make them almost one punch if we really want to. But the system does work very, very well. You can see that they're all moving, and if we stop this, whoops, gotta get rid of the sword. If we stop this, they should eventually all just land in there, and, you know, I believe they'll start taking some cramming damage. It does work very, very well. A little bit better than I expected, actually. So let's actually show you how to build this, and I know there's like a little bit of example over here, but we'll run through it anyways. It's very quick. So we'll start off with a nice little 2x2, and this is going to be basically our little landing spot for where the blades are going to be. You're going to place stairs, do another 2x2, and then place stairs on top of that, and another 2x2. Whoops. And then some more stairs, except this is actually 3, so you can theoretically move this up by 1, I believe. This should theoretically work. Let's see here. And then we need to build this up. So you do need to make sure that you do have at least 1 block outwards from the stairs itself. So you'll need signs over here, which we'll place down once I can build this out a little bit. We'll just get rid of that. We'll have it come up to here. So you always want to build 1 up before the stairs, so that block isn't needed. And then you're going to place signs on the block in front of the stairs, and then we'll just create like a little catching spot for the lava, and then we can demonstrate that it works. Alright, cool. This is not a square. Alright, so we place the lava down here. You can see it starts flowing, lava here, see it starts flowing, and lava here, and it starts flowing. And if we stand here, we should theoretically make our way into that little pit without pressing anything on the keyboard. And yes, I am burning, but if we just let it go, you'll see that we'll just drop down into a little hole that we made. And we didn't press anything. So it works. I don't believe Blaze can drown. Their heads are always at least 1 above. The only time that they are technically in 2 is here, but even then their head's still technically above. So I don't think there's a chance that they suffocate while they're going through this. So this is the most compact that you can make it, and to go around turns, we can demonstrate that real quick. So wait for that to clear up. Alright, let me just break this out over here. So, you need to have it go straight and then turn. Otherwise, the lava will get into a little bit of a weird state for pulling them out. So we want a 2x2 or 2 wide lane to be pushing them. And then we'll have the stairs right here where this block is. So you put that there. Build this out a little bit more just to demonstrate. And then signs go here. And lava will go up here, starts flowing out. And then one bucket on the outside side. And you can see that it pushes everything over towards the stairs, and everything should theoretically make it up into here. So cool. That is how you build a blaze elevator without any redstone. It's super cheap. You just need wood and lava and stairs, and that's really all you need to build an elevator. I know it's pretty simple. It's crazy that I haven't really seen many of these built before. I actually took some inspiration from Etho, and how I took inspiration is that his slime farm that is in his man cave kind of does the same thing actually, where you have buckets of water that are flowing into stairs, and then the slimes, they don't jump in water, so they basically are just being pushed up the stairs without really him having to use redstone or anything, and it's really cool. So I applied that to Blaze, and it turns out it works. So yeah, let's go and bring this into the vanilla world, and I'll show you guys what I come up with. Alrighty, so we're back in the overworld, and we're going to be doing some I don't want to say farming, but I'm going to be collecting a bunch of logs for some signs, because we do need quite a bit of signs. A lot of signs. And we're also going to need a lot of lava, but I'm thinking I should be fine without needing it right away. I can just wait until I'm in a nether and grab it from there. I am going to have to do a pass-through of like replanting the trees in this biome, because I really don't want to have to go through and just rip everything out or have everything just ripped out. But I want to get all the logs I possibly can for the signs. I think we're going to need about 2 or 3 stacks here of signs, possibly even more actually. So yeah, I am going to do some resource gathering, and then we'll be back in the nether once we've got everything. Oh, it's an enderman. Let's see if I can get him. Where did he go? Oh, he's over there. Come here. Can I get your ender pearl, please? Nope, come back here. No! Drop an ender pearl. I don't have enough of them yet. Alright, we'll be back. Alrighty, guys. So, geez, let me turn this audio down because this is just so loud. I'm gonna turn the mob sounds off. So, essentially, I got everything laid out, and hopefully, when I lay the lava down, it goes down correctly, and I don't need to make any modifications. So if we come up here, this is basically how they're going to flow in reverse, essentially. So they're going to go up rather than down. I had to make a chamber to combine both of the mobs together. So they're going to sit in here, and they should theoretically be fine getting pushed over here. I haven't really tried this yet, but it should theoretically work. I thought about putting a block right here and then one in this corner to kind of help if something, if they tried to go up this way. But they shouldn't, because they're not going to be able to really traverse this backwards, if that makes sense. Once they start coming through here, they should theoretically flow all the way through. And you can see I have it coming all the way up, and I can see all the way down to the lava, and I can see the lava down there. The most important thing is making sure that you have the space above the sign. The signs are always before stairs, so that's kind of like the big rule, is just to make sure that that they won't hit their heads. And if you're able to run through it like this, like, they should be theoretically fine to get through it once the lava's in here. I have these signs here just in case if the lava does flow through once I dump these buckets. These ones are going to be pretty much the hardest ones that I have to place down, up here at least. I still got to make sure everything is covered. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these down and then replace the blocks that are supposed to be in here, and then go down this hole, and then hopefully just open up the blaze spawners. But I am pretty happy about how this came out. I actually crafted one extra sign, so I can't complain. I think I just came to enough. This right here is a little bit tricky to figure out because you needed a system to combine them, but the lava also needs to be able to flow and push them. So this was the only way that I could theoretically get it, is that these are going to be the source blocks. So these blades should just be able to drop and then start going, and then these ones are going to flow straight into the middle here. I'm not sure about the cramming, if they're going to have issues like all flowing in here. I don't think this should get jammed because they're staggered, thankfully. But I do think this should theoretically work out pretty well. It is a pretty long path to get them all the way up here. But now the next thing is just starting to place the lava and then getting the rest of the blocks to finish up the build. So I'll be back once we have the blocks placed and the lava, and then we're going to probably turn on the farm on camera. So I'll be back. Alrighty guys, I am back, and I have pretty much finished up placing all the lava. So now it's time to pretty much go see if this thing works. I'm a little bit nervous because I don't know what to expect. Here we go. Alright, so they should make their way up this way. We're basically just going to follow them all the way up. I want to make sure that they're not dying anywhere or getting stuck. Alright, looks like they're making their way through. And then once they get to here, we should see them pretty much all flow up that way. Cool, looks like that's working. Alright, let's introduce a little bit more chaos. And unlock this one. This is the one I'm really nervous for, because this one's got a lot. Oh, shoot! Alright, I think we're good now. Let's get back over to that little area. So we should see them both combining in. I don't know why that one's stuck right there. Oh, there he goes. Alright, so we got more coming in. And they're combining. There we go. And let's go check the other side of this. We should see them coming around this corner. Cool. And it looks like they're making their way up there. Alrighty. So let's go check the top of this spawner. See if they're landing in here yet. Alright, not yet. I'm assuming it's going to take a minute or two for that to happen. Oh, there we go. They're flowing all the way over here. So now if we stand in here, we should theoretically have both spawners going at the same time. And we should get a lot more blaze coming in here now. Alrighty, so I am back and can see now I have a little bit of glass so we can see what's going on with the spawners, and they are both active when I am sitting in the middle here. If I come too far this way, that one turns off over there, and if I come too far this way, that one turns off. So I need to be right in the middle of both of them. So pretty much where this farm lines up, and I should be pretty much fine. I do need to add blackout glass so they don't see me when they're going through here and down there. Otherwise, it is working pretty much fine. And I have a little room to see down into the roof, the bottom room. I am noticing that they are getting stuck there. So I don't know how I am going to correct that just yet. I think it should be mostly fine because once these guys start flying up and then making their way down into like the actual farm area itself, they should theoretically make their way around the entire thing. We'll just take a minute. But once they do flow down, they do start making their way down there. I'm just not sure if I should have a thing that just pushes them down all the way. Because there are a few that are getting stuck there. And I believe there's some of these guys that are flowing down. Nah, they just see me, so they're flying straight up. I don't know if there's really any way to block that out. I mean, I guess if you put like stairs or something, they'd start dropping down. Yeah, no, they see me, so they're just gonna fly up until I come out of their view. But if I maybe do this, like maybe if I throw blocks there, we'll start causing them to drop down a bit further. Yeah, I'm not sure, but it is working, and that's the good thing. I just gotta get some darkened glass, and then they should definitely stop looking at me through here. I think that's what the issue is that they can see me. So, anyways, this farm is working. We can see there's a bunch of blades down there. They are stuck right now. I do need to figure out a solution for that more than likely. Other than that, I am pretty happy with how this is coming out. It is working when they are not flying up. But if I do this... and maybe this. Just block them out. They should theoretically start flowing a bit more. Just see them down here. Alrighty, so I think we are in a good spot to end the episode. I know it's a little bit of a shorter video today, but we did make some pretty big progress. We upgraded to a dual blaze farm, which is absolutely phenomenal for how early in the series we are. I do think I am going to work on making an improved version of it at some point. Not with all those lava channels. I do like the concept of how that works. I just don't know if that is the most efficient thing in the world. But if it works, I'm happy. We also got some cows for a farm that we could set up later, so I'm kind of happy there too. But I have to say, overall, I'm very, very satisfied with where we've already landed in this series. I wish we could be a little bit better on resources, but other than that, I think relatively everything has been going pretty good, and I like the direction we're going. So there was a comment on the last video. So anytime there are comments, I am going to go through one or two of them and answer anything that comes up, or kind of just respond to them. So that way you guys could have a chance of making it into the videos. I think that'd be a pretty nice way to get some interaction and see how you guys feel about things. So last video, Darkstorm said, "You're gonna hate using blue eyes for anything. if you have to make it. Yes. So let's talk about blue ice real quick. So blue ice is non-compacted ice, and non-compacted ice is made by 9 ice. So for one block, it's like 70 something 9. So 81 for a single block of blue ice. So 81 regular ice. It is a very big amount. When you put it down that way, but when you have a farm that's going, I don't think it'll be too bad. Luckily, we do have some snowy peaks over there, so I don't think ice is going to be really too much of a concern once we get a farm up and running. The only thing that we really do need for is just straight up mending and silk touch. So once we get those, I think we'll be mostly fine. And we have a farm to repair the tools now, so I'm very satisfied with like how that came out. Speaking of mending, I do want to make an automatic fish farm at some point. I know they've nerfed them since the last time I've made one, so I want to explore possibly making a new way to interact with it, because you need to have a open area with the bobber, and that's kind of like the challenge to get it to work, is having that open area, and the bobber also needs to be accessible to the sky. Now, I think it is possible to build it into this base. I think if we had something like around here and it's just sticking out, it's like a little pond visible up here, I think that might work out pretty nicely. But I honestly haven't really thought much about it yet. Maybe in a later episode, that could be something that we explore. But back to the blue ice thing, I'm not too concerned about it. I am up for a nice challenge, and if I can make everything look better in this role, it's kind of better to do it right the first time than not to do it right. And I like packed ice, but I like the blue ice look a lot better. So I think that's going to be the direction we're going to take it. But yeah, we need mending and silk touch first. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and a comment down below. And as I said before, if you leave a comment, you have a chance of making it into the video. So definitely leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And be on the lookout for some streams. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.